Sun in the sky, you know how I feel.
Middlesbrough have stood down Rob Edwards from taking today's home game against Birmingham amidst interest from Wolves.
Middlesbrough have taken the lead. Henry's shot, and here the bar erupts. Oh, Middlesbrough take the lead.
Now then, welcome to our latest edition, another Super Sunday here at the Essendon Nornby Social Club, the Mecca of all things entertainment. Well, look, we're here on a Sunday day. I'm full of a pork today, I won't lie to you. I've had a pork today. Because my wife's not anywhere near me. I made it. I diced all the veg, I put the pork in.
You did.
Hey!
It's a Sunday.
It was Valentine's Day last night. But anyway, listen. I tell you what, we're in a crude frame of mind here.
I had pulled pork.
There was a lot of lunatics watching us last week, but look, we're back on a Sunday. Why? Because yet again, the powers that be, and I'm going to mention them. Hang on. Turned our phone down, have you?
Have we all turned our phones off?
The powers that be say that the Boro have got another Monday night kick-off down at that there Coventry, of which obviously some of us will be there, some of us will be watching it here at the Mecca, which we'll come on to a little bit later on. However, yet again, people in the old broom cupboard, I'm going to mention it in a minute about the new screen, but we'll come on to that in a minute. Behind that camera there, the super-duper producer, Courtney Hussein Bullock Smith Jones, right. She's got more names than the tax man. Courtney, good evening. Behind the other camera there, he's waving at me there. Young Oscar, how are you, Oscar? All right, young man? Good lad. Out on the left-hand side, on the other camera, he's back by popular demand. The emu lookalike himself. Raleigh McGree. Oh, no, sorry.
Emu?
That's his... It's the emu. That's his nickname. He's the emu. Yes, he's the emu.
Because
he's an Aussie.
So it's Courtney Hall.
The Teesside Ramblers back.
No,
Mr. Phil Bullock. How are you, mate?
All right.
Not too bad. And hey,
Fair dinner.
for all those who thought the Scarlet Pimpernel was dead, he's not. We've got him back in the studio by popular demand, playing centre mid. The living legend that is Mr. Adam Bragg. Good evening, mate.
Can I just say I've caught sight of me and Phil on that camera. I think we need to swap seats.
Stop catching sight of it. You need to look into it, not look at it.
even see it.
Listen, and obviously the gentleman to my left, the man in black, the man in middle. Obviously we'll be chatting all things referees down at the old Sheffield United. Was it a sending off? Wasn't it a sending off? Mr. Colin Ward, good evening.
Hello, mate. All right.
Brilliant. Look, loads to talk. A bit of a serious note to start off with, ladies and gents, for me, if you will. I seen a post from the lovely wife of Mr. Ali Brownlee 10 years ago yesterday, people. 10 years ago yesterday that we lost Ali. Not only a massive Boro fan, but a man who done a lot for his community, a lot for charity. Used to turn up for people, I've got this little charity event, and Ali would turn up because he was absolutely Boro through and through, not just the club, but the town. So our thoughts are with the Brownlee family on this anniversary, and I thought his wife put a lovely statement out, Phil, as well. Just saying about him, he would have loved to been watching the Boro. She said,
absolutely.
The last paragraph, she said he'd have loved to been watching the Boro. At this time. So our thoughts are with the Brownlee family.
It's sad, because the last time we went up, he died before we actually got promoted.
Yeah, he did.
And I always found that was quite sad, and it was fitting if 10 years later on the anniversary is passing that we go up again.
What is good, and I wasn't going to say it tonight, but what is good, I was actually talking to some people downstairs before we came on the show tonight in the bar in the Mecca, and I said I'm going to mention Ali Brownlee. What's good is, he's remembered like a player. Yeah. People look back, don't they, and they go, your Janinios, your Gascoigne, and they always look back. They look back now as Ali, as if he was a player. Like, I don't think there's any other radio commentator, presenter, TV, anyone in this area or other areas what are remembered so fondly at a football club by fans. And I don't just mean fans of our age who know him. I'm on about like young lads.
Yeah.
Young lads who really shouldn't know who Ali Brownlee is. Which is a testament to the guy. The club keep his memory going. And obviously the fans do as well. Like I say, our thoughts are with the Brownlee family. Before we go into the Sheffield United game, I was out on the dog walk today, Courtney. I had the dog out. Nearly took the committee man's arm off, she did, when he tried to stop the petter. But anyway, that's another story. And I seen Mr. Tony Dixon, BT Promotions' very own Tony Dixon, going past me on his bike at about 4.5 miles an hour.
I was going to say, yeah.
I said, no, Tony. So anyway, he stopped and chatted to me. And do you know what? We have got something here at Boro Chat. Now, I know, just looking at the lunatics who were watching this show last week, Colt, there were some lunatics, wasn't there? There's some lunatics in there.
Nice lunatics, yeah. Nice
we had Sheffield United fans watching us. We had Coventry fans watching us. We had a Newcastle fan watching us, didn't we? Saying he was going to tempt Aidan Hackney up the A19. He must have been.
He's
so
now
drunk.
back on his medication.
Yeah. We had Sunderland fans watching us as well.
The
Mackhams were in as well. So look, this is not just for Boro fans, but if you are a Boro young Boro coach out there, or you run your own football team, listen in, because BT Promotions. This is hot off the press, by the way. This hasn't even gone out on social media yet. BT Promotions, because of its massive successful spell at Flamingo Land Football Tournament last year, BT Promotions, proudly sponsored by Hummel UK and Drive, where have we heard that before?
Certainly are.
Where have we heard that before? And Drive, they've only just put another weekend on, hot off the press. So if you've got an under-10s team or an under-13s team playing in this district, I'm on about this year's age groups, not for next year, this year's age groups, if you've got an under-10s or an under-13s and you would like to go to the Flamingo Land Football, I can't believe the prices here, the Flamingo Land Football Festival, they have put another weekend on. The dates are the weekend of the 10th of April. Is that Easter? Is that Easter? I don't know. Someone out there will probably tell us. But it's the weekend of the 10th of April, 4 days, 3 nights. If you're under 10s, under 13s, if you want to go and stop up there, you can get a caravan for 6 people sharing for 598 quid all in. That's with your passes and everything for that weekend. And if you've got a team who just thinks, look, that's a little bit steep, we'll go as a day team. Well, Tony's allowing some day teams to come up. So if you want a day team to come up here, you can get a family of 4 pass to go in the park and play the football for 110 quid for a family of 4. Now, that could be 4 adults. Taking little Johnny up to play football. That includes the park tickets and your presentation on the day. So, look, if you've got an under-10s team or under-13s team, get in touch with Tony. His email address, dixonuk1@hotmail.co.uk, dixonuk1@hotmail.co.uk, or after this show, we'll pop some details on a post and we'll put it out. But I think that's a great opportunity for that price to get up there to be involved in the Flamingo Land Football Festival if you've got an under-10s or an under-30s. I'm presuming you'll be refereeing, young man?
I would think there's every chance. Yeah.
Every chance.
You'll be sporting our logo on your beautiful
You
gowns.
certainly will. Yeah. You'll have the old Drive logo all over your gear. And by the way, I'm glad you reminded me there. If you do book your team into that, and you book a minimum of 2 caravans, that full team gets a free Hummel UK kit with the Drive logo on, the Hummel logo on, and the BT Promotions logo on. So for 100, you know what I mean, a free kit for your team. Has Tony Dixon gone mad here or what?
He's gone nuts.
He's gone. The man's a lunatic.
I think he won that 140 million on the Euros the other week.
He was the one with that missing ticket, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's found his golden ticket. Anyway,
absolute bargain.
Yeah, absolute bargain. BT Promotions. We'll mention all the well, you can see him now on our lovely little screen, which Mr. Adam Bragg has been playing about with. You can see it all. We've got a ticker tape going down there. We'll have a raffle next week with the raffle numbers on. You've got all the old. I can't see it to the right hand side because my glasses are. What's that on the right hand side of us there? The show. Oh, it's got the Sheffield logo on. It's got the cover. I'll tell you what.
Gone to town this week.
I'll tell you what. This is getting like match of the day, this.
Tell you what's better than that satellite channel, isn't it? That's class. Absolute class.
How do you know?
Absolute class.
You
'Cause
just,
told me
you
you
just
were
plugged
on
that
it.
thing in the
You
back.
told me.
You got to fall Johnny out the bar.
You
Anyway,
told-
listen.
You told me you were on it once.
We can't. Listen, let's get into it. Unlike Paul Beck, who put a post up, Boro won Sheffield United 0. I had to change that, Paul Beck. Again, being on the pop, have you? Valentine's Day and your birthday. Anyway, Boro 2, Sheffield United 1. I think I called that, didn't I?
I think you'll find you didn't.
All right, okay. I think someone in here did. Listen, we went down to Sheffield United. I was there. Fantastic support. Fans done them proud. But I'll tell you what, the game, the first half for me, I haven't seen football like that for 25 years. Mr. Bragg,
Yes, Mr. Iafano.
it's our promotional year, isn't it?
Mate. Do you know at the start of every season I always joke when the kit comes out, oh, that's a promotion looking kit that. It's got so boring that my lad now who's only 9 says, will you shut up, Dad? I'm going to be right. I am going to be right.
Nothing's
It's
won
a
in
promotion.
February.
It's a promotion winning kit. Look, I'm even sporting me Retro 95.
Yeah.
It's a promotion.
He's
winning
got
kit.
he's got goosebumps, I can see it as well.
Honestly, mate.
Like twins.
I know we've had some false dawns recently. Carrick's first season when he first came in, it was just too much, and the injuries towards the end were too much. But it was such good football. But this now has got a bit of everything. We've got steel. We've got a good points build up to get us this far, so we're in the top 2, and we've got momentum, and we're playing the best football in the division. Probably some of the best football I think I've seen since maybe the McLaren days.
Yeah, I think we've got
It's
no
outstanding football.
Yeah.
I mean, we're probably going to talk about it a little bit, but Hellberg, he
Jack Charlton,
won't
74.
be here long.
No. Well, look, I've got to agree with you because, I mean, I was watching it and it was funny because a lad stood behind me at Bramall. You're penned in like that, aren't you? Because everyone wants to, you know. But
That roof scares me.
oh no, the poles they have
Your head-
out.
your
They have
head
a roof
touches the
here and like the poles coming out. But lad behind me said, "We've come to Sheffield and we're watching Barcelona." Now look, I know that we're all Boro fans and we're all going to be like that. What I will say to you is this: the one-touch football the Boro played in that first half, for me, was outstanding. And Phil, I'm going to come to you first. I don't know whether you've heard Wilder's
Get the money in.
post-match interview. Wilder,
I think we might let him off, you know, he was nice.
we're going to let him off. He actually said, you can't beat a team playing like that.
So
He said.
unlike the guy a couple of weeks ago that said we play football for playing football's sake.
Yeah.
What's his name? Asante Thomas.
Well, he's obviously heard that in the dressing room, hasn't he?
Yeah.
The manager, Higginbottom, said that.
I was really surprised. I listened to Chris Wilder after the game. I was really surprised how complimentary, not just of the players, but he was quite complimentary of the club as well.
Yeah, he was,
considering he didn't end his reign at Middlesbrough the way he wanted, or the way fans would have wanted him to. Don't get me wrong, he took us on a fantastic cup run. But I thought he was very complimentary, and I don't think he didn't say anything that I felt was overhyped. Like, I thought he was honest.
Yeah, it felt genuine, didn't it?
It was a genuine appraisal of, I think, and I'm biased, currently the best team in the division by a country mile.
Cole, are we just being absolute lunatics here and you know, just being the stereotypical Boro fan who thinks we're promoted already?
Yeah,
But we must have some valid points, mate. I mean, we were excellent
We were.
for 70 minutes at Sheffield.
We were, absolutely. You know, you can't argue it. Some of the football was unbelievable to watch, and you're thinking, yeah, I'll have some of this. But nothing's won in February. We've got to continue it. Starting tomorrow night, you've got to carry it on. And
But for a club like Middlesbrough that have had so many empty promises over the last 10 years, I am more than happy to be sat at the top of this wave, riding it for all it's worth.
The right time as well to be on a wave.
make it while the sun shines, mate.
Well,
Absolutely.
look, let's chat about that, Adam, because it's a great talking point. Because I can remember doing a Boro chat after Coventry at home when Tommy Conway missed that goal, and we were all saying, Tommy Conway scores there, it's a different kettle of fish, you know, we get something out the game. What I feel is that the Boro, like Coventry were then, the Boro at the minute are getting the rub of the green. And I'm going to give you for instance, I don't know for those who watched it on Sky or wherever you watch your football, but I was stood in the away end at Brammal Lane. Quite clearly, in my opinion, the ball was a good ball and a half over the line. Right? Now, there was a bit of a kerfuffle. Boro player, I think it was Alan Brown, and I think it was one of their players going for the ball. It then comes back in. The ref's looking at the Lano just says play on. Little things like that. We've got the ball, we start going forward again. It was quite clearly out for a Sheffield United throw-in. It seems that at the minute, mate, not only are we getting the results, but we're getting the rub of the green.
You need a couple of ingredients, don't you? You need to be able to win when you're playing poorly. You need to be able to grind out results. You need to play good football, but you do need a bit of luck. But then, as everyone always says, you make your own luck. And I think sometimes the way that we play, we're positive, we're on the front foot. Sometimes you do. I don't know about you, Cole, but as referees, if there's a benefit of the doubt, you've got to give it to the team who's perhaps, I don't know, what would you do?
Well, I think you already know my answer. I mean, it's poor officiating. It's no other word for it. Look, it's not luck. The flag should have gone up, the ball's out, end of story. But it didn't, and we've had it go against us.
Yes,
but that's my point. Rub of the green.
That's my point.
You've got to take it when it goes against you, so when it goes for you, you take it as well.
An important observation there, though, how many times in the past have Boro been stung because we've thought something should have gone our way and we've just stopped?
That's the point I was trying to make. I think that sometimes you kind of you stop, and we don't because we're positive.
We look like we've learned to actually play by the whistle, but I think confidence has a lot. If you're that player that's ran it out, and you just want to keep going, and you've got the confidence to keep going, and just wait for the whistle, like as you've been told to do, you do that. You don't give the referee a decision to make, because the referee sees that you're just cracking on with it, and the line's not. So the ref just lets it go. If you then bring the ball back in play and like stutter and look around at the referee knows something is amiss, and so they'll blow the whistle. And
the only thing I would say in the Lino's defence, if you look at it again, if you get the chance to, there's a fair bit of obstruction in his way for him to clearly see it.
I agree.
So do we want him to guess? No, of course you don't.
No, you can only give what you can see.
I agree, but I've seen many linesmen this year. It's quite clearly out, but still looks at the referee because you make the decision, and really you just want me to do the ins and outs. And I have seen that. I've seen that at the Riverside a lot, because where I sit at the Riverside, I'm right on the left-hand corner flag. We're down on it, aren't we? So I've seen that many times where the lino will instantly look up for the ref to make that decision, when really that's what he's there for. If that's ball's out or if it's a foul, he should be giving it. He shouldn't be expecting the ref, for me, to do it. But I'll go back to, I agree with everything you said, mate. You do make your own luck. But also, sometimes we won't get the rub of the green. And I'll go back to that Coventry home game. Conway scores that goal, but Conway wasn't scoring goals like now at the minute. It'll come off his left bum cheek and go in at the minute because he's riding high. We didn't have that then. And now we seem to have the rub of the green. The luck's going our way a little bit. The ball bounces rightly. Instead of it bouncing behind the defender, it'll bounce in front of him and we can get to it and things like that. But look, you can hear what we're saying. Don't forget, get involved. You know, whatever device you use, and get a message into us. Let's talk about the Sheffield United game first. What did you think? What was your highlight? Who got man of the match? It was McGree who got man of the match off Sky, wasn't it? Yeah. Was your man of the match McGree? I don't think mine was. We'll ask the lads in a minute who we thought their man of the match was. There was a lot of good players for that, certainly that first 70, 75 minutes of that game. It was only the last 15 for me where we tailed off a little bit. But look, get your thoughts in. We'll come to Phil very shortly for the old social medias and see what you've got. Remember, we're going to be looking for predictions for Coventry later on as well. And while I'm here, I've got to say it. Look, thank you to all our sponsors. Thank you to the Essen Norby Social Club, the mecca of local entertainment. And if you're not going down to Coventry tomorrow and you're going to be sat at home on your own, don't. Come to Yaff's Gaff here at the Essen Norby Social Club. Coventry v Boro on 2 HD brand new projector screens.
It's on the old Tiny.
It's on the old ITV. It's on Tanties. Old Tanties 4. Yeah.
Paul Frost will be on there.
Aye, so it's on the old terrestrial television as well.
ITV4.
Yeah, it's on ITV4, mate, as well. But look, if you want to come down, enjoy the old pint and a pizza deal we've got on here. Bring the kids in the old big upstairs. It's going to be packed out. come and watch the Boro cheer them onto the Premier League. That's what I think. Thanks to the S&NB. BT Promotions, we've just mentioned them out. Tony Dixon, thanks for all you do with us, mate. And if you want to find out, you under 10s, under 13s coaches, we'll put something on. I'll get Courtney to do something. She's good at doing stuff like that. Teesside Travel, obviously I went down to Sheffield on Teesside Travel. Great little day out for me and young Jess. And Coventry, I think, those who were going to Coventry, I think the old Red the Rock's going down on the old Teesside Travel with his mates there. He's going to be hosting the old bust for Teesside Travel going down to the Coventry game. And obviously, last but certainly not least, what do we say when he's not here? It's the third biggest driving school in the UK. It's the biggest driving school for
training
driving instructors. And last but not least, it is one of the main sponsors of the Flamingo Land Football Festival for 2026. I'll tell you what, that lad's going up in the world. No wonder we can't see it, mate.
Unlike his driving school, because they're still third.
They're still third, mate. I think that's the only fans page he has, keeping them down. Anyway, listen, get involved. Filippo Emu, let's have a look at the social medias.
Robbie Turner says, evening all. Ian Robinson says, evening guys. Simon Dane's watching. Jev Swinow's watching. Marie Yafano's watching. Paul Burke says, evening all.
Evening, Paul. Are you over your birthday celebrations yet, mate?
Still on.
Yeah, it was. Happy birthday, Paul. Tony Archer's watching. Tony says, hey up lads, halfway to my prediction, 5 points clear tomorrow night. Do you reckon?
5 points clear tomorrow night?
Yeah.
Will be.
He reckons we'll win tomorrow night. We'll be 5 points clear.
Yeah.
Do you think? Simon Dane says, evening lads, what a fantastic performance last time out at Sheffield United. One of the best performances I've seen in a long time. Outstanding. McGree is the key to us going up, by the way. In the past 2 games, as soon as he's gone off, we've lost our way a little bit. Really looking forward to tomorrow. Should be a cracking match. Mark Turnbull's watching. Josh Moore's watching. Kieran Basnett's watching. Jev Swinow says claimed a 2-1 win with a Conway goal.
He did.
Paul Burke's been on, says he's teetotal.
He's a fibber as well.
Teetotal. He's got a hangover.
The Madrid tea bags.
Kieran Basnett's been back on and says, nice to see the main man back on the sofa, Mr. Bragg.
I thought you were talking about you.
No, not me.
That'll be another one having to go to the referee today, Cole.
Oh, yes.
Andy Burns is watching. Michelle Besford says, my man of the match was Sol Bryn. He made some fantastic saves in the Sheffield United game. And that's it on social media for the time being.
Do you want to do it or shall I?
Go on, you did. I haven't got my mummy.
First of all, evening, Michelle. Sol Bryn, Michelle. He made 2 saves, and the first one, I threw my cap on it. I stood behind it.
Oh, the Gustavo Hemo one.
The one where he patted it away. Should have just caught it.
Was
Tell you now, Sol.
I thought it was a good
Sol, if it was a Palmo, you're catching that, son. Anyway, listen. Don't forget, get your bits and bobs in. I've dropped my glasses, so I can't see nothing. Get your bits and bobs in. Let's go back to the goal.
And, yeah, don't forget,
go on.
Say this.
Oh,
Remember, we're on that there YouTube.
Oh, YouTube!
On that YouTube. So make sure you subscribe and follow because it really helps. We actually could make some money from it.
No
if
way!
We watch it. So pay for all these dangles and dingles.
No, yeah.
So do subscribe,
Dangles
follow
and
us.
dingles and dongles.
Yeah, all these things, they all cost money.
Yeah, look, on a serious note, Adam's really right because next year, hopefully, touch wood, it's going to be a really good year for us next year. And we're going to be going, not only are we going to be sending someone from Boro Chat to every away game
in the Premier League.
But also, these ticker tapes don't pay for themselves. So what we've done is we've branched out onto this there YouTube, haven't we? And we're going to... Is it called simulcast or
multitask? Yeah, simulcast.
Is it simulcast? Yeah. So we're going to... I'll tell you, I've got all the words filled.
You just can't say them.
Yeah. We're going to simulcast on YouTube and Facebook. So for those who are old like me, who have Facebook, you can still watch us. But those who are young...
He's on it.
you can go on YouTube and you can still message us from YouTube while we're live on air, can't you?
can.
Oh, you what? So like, tick, poke, whatever you do.
Yeah,
whatever you
And it'll
do.
save me 3 hours on a Monday morning for having to download the flipping thing,
it's horrible,
re-upload
isn't
it.
Anyway, let's get back that there Sheffield United game. Look, Mr. Conway, the one who we've never slagged him off. We've never said he wasn't good enough.
No comment.
I have.
Right?
Can I say though, Yav? I think the manager coming in, Hellberg, had to stick by him and say the nice things that he said because he hasn't really got a choice. There was no one else he could bring in. He had to say the right things. But I also think what he's done is he's calmed down some of his pointless runs. He doesn't close the keeper down as much as he used to do. He doesn't go and charge defenders down for no reason. And he's starting to spend more. If you look at his heat maps, yes, he still goes wide, which is good. It's the good thing he does where he allows the midfielders like McGree to get in that gap that he leaves. But he's sticking around the 12-yard lines a bit more. He's more central. So he's getting more chances. Plus the fact, when he was missing chances under He Who Shall Not Be Named, we got 1 or 2 chances a match. We're now making 7 or 8 chances a match. So he is going to nick goals.
Look, let me just go to the stats there, which the lovely, obviously, super duper producer Courtney gives me. Boro stats: 15 shots. Boro 15 shots. 5 of them on target. Obviously, of which we scored 2. You know, I know their keeper made a great save down his right hand side. 63% possession away from home. All right, we've given 9 fouls away. Not to Sheffield though, 14 fouls away, which I thought when Rothwell came on, I thought that's what Wilder brought him on for. Really, he brought him on to try and kick Hackney. But we'll come on to that very shortly. But let's go back to Conway. Look. If Gal was here, I think he's on day 29 of his 72-day cruise or something, Gal. I wish I was a pound behind him. But anyway, Gal always said about Conway, he's a lunatic, he chases the ball, he's got no end product. Look, I'm not saying, he's overturned that. I still think he's the same type of player. I just think he's confident. I think Hellberg, and this is only my opinion, I think Hellberg has given him, like you say about these heat maps, I don't know what an heat map is, but you say about these heat maps and things like that, I think that Hellberg's just give him a bit of a profile of his game and said, this is what I want you to do. Not just put him up front like the last 2 previous managers and just chase, until you're that knackered that when you get a chance, you'll put it wide by about 4 foot.
A couple of games ago, I've always had this thing about Conway. The number of times he doesn't get back on side, he wanders around offside. So whenever someone looks, and Melander in particular, who's magnificent with the ball through the lines, he looks for that pass. Aylan looks for the pass, and he's offside. I got so frustrated a few weeks back. I stood up and I shouted, "Get onside, you lazy such and such."
Yeah. What were the words you used? I said to exact effect.
I said it's not swear. I said swine. And everyone in the north started off. He scored a turn and looked at me and thought, "That's very gentlemanly of you." But he's worked on it, and I'm not saying it's because I said it, but I'm sure the coach has said to him, "Look, if Melander's going to play this ball, you've got to be on side. You've got to be on side."
I think over the last couple of games, it's become really clear that Conway's role within the team has been defined further for him.
Yeah, I agree.
I think you're right. He's sticking to the 12-yard lines. He's running out wide, but he's allowing our midfielders to run forward, which catches the defence and their defensive midfield quite off guard. When you look at him play over the last 2 or 3 games, you can sort of see him looking around on the pitch, figuring out where he needs to be in that moment. He's not just running around like a headless chicken. And don't get me wrong, the previous manager and the manager previous to that quite liked him running around like a headless chicken because it gave them the positive points that we can take from games that we've not come away with the winner.
Yeah.
But Conway's found a manager that believes in him, that just needed a couple of refinements, and I think now, over the next couple of games, I genuinely think he's turned a corner, and we'll start to see the best of Conway, and the Conway that the club thought they were buying when they bought him.
Yeah.
And I'm quite excited about that because, give him his due, over the last couple of weeks he's scored some pretty important goals for us, and he's been consistent in it.
I think it's fair to say, Phil, that I was probably his biggest critic.
I think you and Gal didn't sit on the fence, mate. I think you said it
I
as
would
it was.
also say rightly so for the reasons.
Yeah, 100%.
But I've re-evaluated my thoughts on Conway now and realised that he is very important to the side. In
The energy he brings to the team.
You just mentioned there,
is unmatched.
when Hellberg did his little beat on him, I'm thinking, okay, he's doing exactly what the manager is asking him to do, and I can't fault him for that, because at times we've said, hang on a minute, why is he doing that? It must be because the manager's telling him, or he's not doing
Previously,
something.
he looked like
So
he lacked direction.
He's listening to what he's being asked to do, and I think he's an important cog in the wheel, and I'm going to get slaughtered for it, but there you go.
won't.
I think he's been tamed. I think you're right. I
He's
think
controlling his runs.
previously.
I do. I think he's got a point to his game now.
Yeah.
I think Hellberg has come in and said, look, I see why the other two managers have used you like this, but I want you to do this.
Yeah.
And I think the first couple of games under you could see, if you go back now and have a look at the first couple of games under Hellberg, you could see he drifted off into his old game and then started being disciplined and then drifted off into his old game. But we're only saying that now because we have the chance to have the hindsight to look back and look at it and go, oh yeah. But now I think he has a profile game. I think the rest of the team know exactly what he's going to give you. And Adam hit the nail on the head. He pops himself out into there, which leaves a pocket for the likes of McGree to get the man of the match performances. Hackney to get in there. Even the Yank to get a bit further up. Alan Brown, when he pushes on. He's creating that gap by using his energy in a different part of the pitch.
He's playing as a number 9, but he's almost like the false 10.
You're absolutely right.
He's the false 9/false 10. He can play in either position and switch those positions throughout the game, and that causes other teams chaos. It pulls people away.
Hellberg has said that he's a student of people like Bielsa. Is it Marcus Bielsa, the one?
Marco Bielsa.
Marco Bielsa, yeah.
And when you look at the way he uses his team, they use a thing called relationism. The idea behind relationism is what we used to call in the old days triangles. Make sure every player on the ball has 2 or 3 options in a triangle, and when he moves, you make sure you've got another 2. And when he moves, but the beauty of relationism is exactly what you've just said, Phil. If Conway moves out wide, it's for a purpose. It's because he's seen a chance to move out wide to allow McGree to come in, and then McGree's got 3 options. That's now purpose. That's very different to how he was running around like a headless chicken.
I agree.
But
that is also allowing us to play the speed ball that we are currently
because the
playing.
movement starts to bamboozle people.
And what happens, mate, is, do you know, because I still have some people sat around me, certainly on home games, when we slow the ball right down. And that's Hellberg. If you have a look, that's what Hellberg's... And he was very, 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 very open about it when he first came to the club, about how he wanted to teach them to speed the game up when they thought when they think it needs to be sped up, and slow it down when they think they need to slow it down. You see that now with Conway, because Conway I think there was a chance in that game late on, bear in mind we were winning, Conway could have took that ball and he was in behind the right back. He could have headed towards the goal and had a shot, and he didn't. He slowed it down and went to the corner flag. Because he's thinking with his brain and not his feet. He's thinking, well, no, he doesn't want me to do this. This is a good time to slow it down and keep the ball. I think that's what we're really good at now, and I think Conway is now bought into that. The fact that when we do switch it up, he's like a million miles an hour. As soon as we slow it down, he just wants to take the ball out wide, come and get it off me. We'll keep it for a little bit, and then all of a sudden I'll play it back inside. Bang, we're off again. I think we're really good at this.
He must be so grateful for when the rest of the team slow the game down. Because, I bet he sleeps after a match. I bet he sleeps well. But I just, now that you're right, he's buying into that system and he's adapting his own game to what Hellberg wants him to do. But I used to get frustrated where Aylin or Fry would stop sort of midway inside our own half, foot on the ball, and they'd just look around for the pass.
Waiting for the
used to
pressing
frustrate
point.
me. But actually, we were allowing the rest of our team to get back into the position to... Conway must love that 30-second breather where he gets to take a breath, knowing in 30 seconds' time he's going to be off like a rabbit again, and he's going to have to.
I mean, and we spoke like that, Colin. I'm going to come to you very shortly, Colin. We've spoke about that part of his game, but the finish wasn't bad either, was it?
Nah, decent finish.
I mean, he got a chance there, and how many other Conways under previous managers would have put his foot on the ball and come backwards?
Yeah.
He took the defender into the box and released a shot.
He's got a smile on his face again now. And I think if I can just quickly go back to Hellberg, if you remember when Whittaker was going through that awful period and he got this support, so-called backing from a previous manager, I thought the way that Hellberg backed Conway was far, far better. His appraisal of Conway, knowing that he probably thought, right, I need to come out and say something here and show that. And I think that's where a lot of people, like myself probably, have changed their attitude with Conway. Think, well, right, he's doing, as I said previous, what he's been asked to do, and he's doing it in a brilliant way that the manager... He's probably one of the first names on the team.
Yeah, because we questioned it under the last two managers, did we?
Absolutely.
Is he playing that way, or has he been told to play that way? We didn't know.
No.
It's now evident that he's playing in such a way that benefits the style in which the team wants to play now.
Though, I think watching the game back last week, Paul Merson was on, wasn't he?
Oh yeah,
and he
said some great comments about the.
But he made a magnificent point, and he's always said this. Merson, he's one of these people that believes you win things by having good players. You need good players.
Of course you do.
And he said, I bet Hellberg can't believe when he's walked in that dressing room and started looking at them, including Conway, how talented all those football. We've talked for years about how good McGree is, one of the best players in the Championship. Should play in the Premier League if he wasn't glass. Yeah. Whittaker, there's a player in there. He has to start showing it. All those players, we know Hackney is going to be in at the highest level. We've always said that. And for
me, Hackney's a potential England captain. For me,
I know we can't, but I tell you, I wish we're still here now. Go on.
Behind you.
Gascoigne.
Morgan Rogers.
Imagine. It's how
What?
good he was last night.
You forget, don't you? You
Three
forget that he
middle-aged
was.
blokes then all just went, oh.
You forget how
You weird
forget,
as you lot.
honestly, you forget.
I think more noise like that about footballers
You
than I do
forget
your
as a
wife.
Boro player sometimes that he was.
I
That he
always
wore a
said-
Boro shirt. Him. You
I know.
forget, don't you?
I always
short
said he was
time.
a player. Wow.
Oh my God!
But he would.
what?
If he was playing in this team now, it'd be magnificent.
But,
magnificent.
I mean,
It's
say
magnificent
that, though.
now.
Look, you say that though. How well have the club done to assemble the squad that we've assembled this season?
Yeah.
Like, after the season that Ayling had last year, which was very hit and miss, to come in this season and play the way he's played, the consistency at his age,
Oh, it's magnificent.
like,
Yeah.
brought Alan Brown in, who has just been a breath of fresh air.
And we needed a song as well, didn't we? We've missed a proper song, and it's a song, the Alan Brown song. We need something like that.
I think you're right though, Phil. I think the recruitment side, I don't think there's any fans sat that side of the camera or sat in here can now look at our recruitment side and think they've let us down as of late. I think for 18 months, 2 years now, we've been... And don't get me wrong, we said it at the start, well, all we do is we buy and we sell, we buy them. Well, actually, like Brighton, we're actually seeing the fruit of it now. We're seeing the fruit of it now. And yes, you'd say, well, Hellberg's walked into it. Well, someone has to manage the team at that point. Someone has to be sacked or leave to give Hellberg a chance. But anyway, look, let's just quickly go back. Look, so obviously the Boro go down there, they score 2 goals. We'll talk about the McGree goal very shortly. And obviously Patrick Vanford, who was obviously not going to play, because in the post-match interview, Wilder said he's a million miles away.
Yeah,
and then suddenly he's on the team sheet. All right, but that's just
Great tactic though. We haven't seen that for a long time.
Yeah, that's just Wilder being Wilder, to be fair. And Bamford, obviously, I don't think he's ever had a really good reception since he ever come back to the Boro.
I'd have him here again, though. I like Bamford.
Funny enough, I was talking to big Tony Dixon today, and Tony Dixon said the same as you. He said on that performance against the Boro, he dug away. I thought Ayling in the first half had him in his back pocket.
He's the only player as well who's caught Melander out, not knowing where to be. He made 2 brilliant, clever runs, one for the goal and one in the first half.
Hold that thought, because I've got something for you about that. Why I think that happened, and it's to do with Ayling. I thought Ayling in the first half had Bamford in his pocket, but you know one thing Bamford didn't do? He didn't stop riving. He didn't stop nudging him. He done a proper centre-forward job like you would expect on Ayling. And from our point of view, it was great. Ayling, I would probably say, won 90% of the duels. In the first, he gave as good as he got. The little nudges in the back when the ball was coming up with the headers. He done all the stuff right as a defender. But Bamford never give in once. And I looked at him and thought, when I was stood there watching it, do I agree? I might be with Col. I always think to myself, do we go backwards to bring people in like that? I probably agree with Col. But Tony said the same as you, mate.
Plus the fact he was a freebie
He was
Didn't
free.
have a
Going to cost us
contract.
not
He was on a pay-as-you-play deal, I think, wasn't he, at one point? It would have been a gamble worth taking.
But look, obviously the Boro go down there. I mean, let's not beat around the bush. Let's not beat around the bush. I mean, the Boro there dominated the majority of the game and ended, Adam.
Oh yeah.
Ended Sheffield United 8-game unbeaten run. So I mean, they went into that, and their fans were up for that night.
They were top of the form table over 15 games, which is magnificent. Which is the complete.
Scored 3 in the last
every game.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
You made a point earlier on, Yaf, about that we dropped off a little in the second half. I don't think we dropped off a little. I think if anything, they had to go and try and win the game. They went 2 up top, and they started having a real go at us, and we held on. Yeah. We did the right thing, bringing on Gilbert was a poor choice. I think we're gonna have to think of something else we can do when McGree's exhausted.
When McGree went off, I thought that's when the game
because suddenly they felt confident down that right hand side. But bringing Fry on, you've just got to do that when teams decide how to go.
What I would say is, if I was going to be overcritical of that game, I think I said it to a couple of guys on the Teesside travel bus on the way back. I said, look, I am being overcritical. You've come to Sheffield United, you've gone top of the league. And you beat a previous manager with a previous centre forward
with a quality squad,
with a decent side.
Most of their players.
If Woodgate was there, he'd be saying that the league lies, wouldn't he? Because, but in their case, I think it does a little bit because they're a decent squad. They've got some good players.
They'll still a march on the playoffs.
They're in a bit of a false lull. Them, I think they should be higher than they are. I think it'd be a tough game. Anyone who goes and plays them, bear in mind, Coventry has got to play them, and Ipswich has got to play them.
They've both got to go there.
So for me,
we've got the easiest running.
Apart from maybe Ipswich away, our running looks good.
Yeah.
Dare I say it?
We played all the hard games at the start of the season.
But Ipswich away, mate, they don't want us going down there. And we're going to come on to the Coventry game very shortly. So I thought Frank's comments were very, 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 very apt, and he used his words very wisely when he said to what he said to the press conference. But we'll come on to the Coventry game very, very shortly. But the Rothwell thing, the McGree goal. Let's before we go to the social media, we'll talk about the McGree goal. The McGree goal, Col, came for me a bit like a schoolboy goal. Like the fact that you've got to work hard to get into the box, like McGree did. Yes, we have the shot, bounces off the post. But if McGree's not thinking the way he's thinking, and bear in mind, if it wasn't McGree, I think the Yank was about 2 yards to the right-hand side of him.
Wouldn't have trusted him, though.
Modest. He was up there in the box as well. So they've got that mindset. That's the point I'm getting, Col. They've got the mindset, haven't they? That they had the shot. And a bit of a schoolboy goal, bounces off the post.
It was a proper Portuguese goal.
Yeah.
Good finish.
Just follow it in.
It's not as easy a finish as it looks.
How many times do we see a goalkeeper spill it? I know it came off the post, but how many times do you see in this level the goalkeeper spills it and scrambles to get on it? And you're always saying, why is there nobody there? He did exactly what we would expect to see, whether it's championship level or whether it's grassroots level.
Yep.
You're always telling the kids to follow it in.
Yeah.
And he did it, and he took the gamble, paid off.
Before we finish off, we're going to come to social media, but what we will do is we'll finish off with the only thing, technically wise or footballing wise, I think Melander's, he's made a few missed passes in a couple of games, but probably the only time he's ever been caught out, you're right, was by Bamford. We'll have a quick chat about that, and we'll talk about Bamford's goal. And then we'll round Sheffield up, and then we'll go on to Coventry. Let's go to the social medias.
Yeah, Jev Swinnow says Conway's playing with confidence. You can see it's grew massively lately. Paul Burke says, don't forget Hellberg and Alan Brown with the Manager and Player of the Month awards.
Yes, very good.
This month.
As long as it's not to curse, touch wood.
No, let's forget about this curse rubbish.
Nicholas Matthews said, should we get promoted, would you sell Hackney for 50 mil to bring in 2 or 3 Prem standard players to bolster the squad? Sacrifice 1 for 3.
Yes.
No.
I think that's a non-starter because if he thought that he was going to be sold after we got promoted, he'd have just gone.
So if we're going to sell
to him, I thought this about Bellingham.
If we're going to sell Hackney for 50 million and bring 2 or 3 in for 50 million, I'm sorry, that doesn't make
No,
sense.
it doesn't make sense.
The money that we get for being promoted,
maths to me.
the money we get for being promoted, we do not need to sell a player for 50
You
million.
only get the money in retrospect. You don't get it up front.
No,
you get it after. So you've got to find a way to find the money.
Yeah, but TV rights that are automatically
It's coming.
applied.
It comes.
And
Banks will
Phil,
lend
just
it.
tell me do the math.
Do the math.
No, that math's right. Sell Hackney for 50 million and bring 3 people in for 50 million. Premiership, you get a Granit Xhaka for
What
25.
Premier players are you going to get?
Someone like Granit Xhaka for 25 million quid.
That's
yes,
one.
please. In a flash. And then,
Do the math.
well, no, but this is where Sunderland did so well with their scouting.
Well, what I would say,
I
I know what
remember
you're
the
gonna
Bellingham
say,
one, and I thought, what are you doing? But the lad they brought in, I forget his name, the French lad. What a player!
Well, I
And
think
he was
Lafay.
12 million quid. No, he was here before. wasn't he?
Touchwood, if the Boro go up, I'm hoping that's the way that Elberg and the recruitment will go, because you do need experience to stay up. And staying up is the key for that first year.
I still think Hackney will want to captain his hometown club
In the Premier League?
I
He
agree.
wants to. He
I
might
agree.
have a choice.
And Phil, you touched on it. With the money we get,
But money talks. It might
we've
not-
got money to
might not
spend.
be as
We- Every team that gets promoted has got money to spend.
Nicholas Matthews says, I think he would sign a new contract to ensure a big bid so the club benefit.
Yeah, Downer and
yeah.
Woodgate both done that.
Like what we did, like what Realise did at Villa. I'm not sure what that means. I'd love to think that he'd stay for a season, but maybe he does have a price.
Well, every
Or
player
he
has a
says
price.
maybe like what Grealish did at Villa. It's just
Yeah,
or correctly to
correctly.
Realise.
And Grealish.
Him as well. And that's it on the comments for now.
Okay, so very, very, very quickly then, we'll just obviously think up Bamford's goal for me. We just want to talk about the Miranda thing very quickly.
Sending off.
I agree, yeah, and the sending off. The Miranda thing is two things for me. One is lack of concentration from Miranda, but that is because Aylan had marked Bamford majority of the game and not Miranda.
Yeah.
And the other thing, and I don't know what you think about this, is Bamford used his brain, because
Yeah, he did.
when they picked the ball up, and obviously Calvin Phillips came on, who, by the way, I'm sorry, is a very, very good player, but he looks like Ian Acho at the minute because he's about stone overweight.
I know, but he's still.
Mate, he's class.
He's quality.
I'll tell you now, if anyone from the recruitment staff, if we get promoted, I'd have him at the Borough.
Yeah,
I'd have him at the club, at the Borough,
I don't
if
get
we
it.
go
I
to the
don't
Premier
get it
League.
No, I do.
Mate,
I like him.
Who's
Mate,
that?
Calvin Phillips.
Phillips.
he was a class act.
Kevin Phillips, yeah.
He came on, he's a class act.
That pass.
But with that, but
unbelievable.
that goal, because it came from Phillips.
Yeah.
didn't it?
Yes, he started off.
Hammer had started moving forward because they brought on Tyrese Campbell. So the point you make is exactly right. Bamford thought Campbell's going to keep Aylan busy here. I'm just going to make a little cheeky run.
Yeah, he
into a
stepped
gap
off
where-
him.
and he just
He
made a
stepped
little
off him,
run.
and what Miranda did, he caught him flat-footed, so
Yeah.
he couldn't go back. You know, as a centre half, he couldn't turn quick enough. Because Bamford, great finish by the way from Bamford. Let's not knock anything. He got that at his feet. He put it in the bottom right-hand corner. No problem. Two things very quickly. Was it a sending off?
Yeah.
I've seen a Sheffield United podcast where he said he's got the ball.
Oh, where?
Now,
Wow.
Even Don Goodman on the old satellite
He
TV
might have
said,
ticked one
"Oh,
of
that's an orange. That
Yeah.
I can see that go either way."
well, Wilder just said it is what it is, didn't he?
Yeah.
He knew what it was. But what I will say is, I think Chris Wilder brought Rothwell on to ruffle a few feathers.
It
What
was
he
his
debut, wasn't it?
Yeah, what he didn't expect him was to get sent off.
Stupid.
And the last thing I've got to talk about Sheffield United, I don't know what you think. If it's a last ditch thing, Cole, and it's to do with the referees, last ditch thing, keeper goes up.
I know
How
what
can
you're
two
gonna say.
keepers have the same kit on, by the way? Because if their keeper punches that ball in the net, what stops that ref going, Sol's punched it in?
I've seen it before when the keepers have worn the same coloured top, but not the same kit.
They had the
whole lot.
all lot on.
I mean,
That's got to
the
be
thing
looked
is,
at, that.
I saw
No,
a thing
it
today
does
where
though,
it said
but-
no
but
one
the-
of the keeper played well because he got 4 arms.
but
The picture of the two of them.
but it's right though. If the
It should be shot before
goalkeeper
kick-off.
if the goalkeeper doesn't have an alternative kit, then they can.
It is in the
It's
rules.
writ-
you can.
it's in
the
rules.
It's in the laws. I know it is.
Yeah.
But are you telling me that at a championship club they couldn't
You think it
find
was
another
slightly
coloured
different,
top?
Cole?
It had blue, like a thicker blue band going on.
No,
Are
they
you
were,
winding me up?
they were both yellow. Surely they were both predominantly yellow.
I mean, that picture what's doing the rounds on social media. You're right, Cole. It looks like someone's got a goalkeeper's got 4 arms because one's in front of the other. But he only has to tap that in with his hand, and that referee's hard to look.
And the
and go,
gloves, by the way,
But-
are almost identical.
yeah, the gloves are the same.
The officials must have been confident
That they were never going to be like that.
Yeah,
Cuddling
they
in the
must have
box
been
in the last
confident
minute.
they could
I-
see what was
I
going
just
on.
think the powers that be should look at that and say, I think goalkeepers
Yeah,
should
I
wear
agree.
different kits.
Well, they're meant to. That's a lot of
Yeah, it does say they're supposed to have opposing kits.
clear
But
identifiable.
in the extreme circumstance where that isn't possible,
No.
then they are permitted to wear the same. That's what it says.
Anyway, Boro top of the league. 2 points above Coventry. Big Frank's flapping. I won't lie to you, he's flapping.
Squeaky bum time for them.
Squeaky bum time if you're a Coventry fan. If you Coventry fans are watching us, come on. Don't have to have a go at us. We're not having a go at you yet. Come on and have a pop. I did speak to a Coventry fan today before we done the show who said, and these were his exact words, by the way, and if you're watching, he'll probably put a thumbs up. He said, I'm watching the Sheffield United game. If we can hold on to your coattails, we'll get promoted. That was from a Coventry fan today to me. So it's great to hear it, but we've heard it all before. But for me, Frank is flapping with his press conference when he said, he didn't say, I'm going to tell you, I'm not saying it's verbatim, but it was something like this. We will have to be at our best to match them.
But they haven't been at anywhere near their best.
He
for
didn't
a
say,
very long time.
He didn't say we will have to be at our best to beat them. He said we will have to be at our best to match them. So he obviously thinks, Frank, like Wilder, that we are the best team in the league. And as a Boro fan, on what I've seen for 70 minutes, I think we're the best team in the league.
The other thing is that I reckon all of us here and everyone watching, everyone who watches this later, could name our starting 11 with complete confidence, bar maybe an injury telling him. If you look at his last 3 selections, he's having real problems with knowing what his best team is.
Well, the big fella up front's no good, is he?
He's played Hadji Wright, he's played
Asante.
Ellis Sims, he's played Asante, he's played Esse on the left, he's played the other fellow on the left who was ripping it up earlier in the season. His centre backs, Latabadeo and Wolferdon, and then Thomas and Kitchen, and then a combination of both of them. That's bad at this stage in the season, not knowing who your best pairing is.
Asante's
That's
banned
and
anyway,
that's
isn't he?
not injuries.
I think the key, without any shadow of a doubt, is the back four, the defence. I think we're much stronger at the back.
Well, I don't think their back four is as good as
No.
the back four Sheffield United had out the other night.
No.
They've got no pace.
See, the
back
thing
row.
that I think
don't
needs
think.
mentioning with regards to Sheffield United is, I fully expected us to start that game and have our backs to the wall for the first 15-20 minutes.
Well, we did for 10, didn't
I
we?
was not disappointed.
Yeah.
They applied pressure early on and tried to dominate the way we played, weren't able to do it. I'm telling you now, tomorrow night Coventry, Frank Lampard is going to start in exactly the same way.
Yeah.
They're going to try and hit us very quickly, but I think we are one of the fittest teams in
Very
the
good point,
Championship
very good point.
right now, compared to a couple of seasons ago when we were questioning the club ripping up the old training pitches and installing the new ones with the amount of injuries we had. That
Phil,
seems to
Phil,
have...
I've got to agree with you because I think Frank will do exactly like Chris Wilder, because Chris Wilder, again, in that post interview said, we started, what did he say, fresh, I think he said. We started fresh, we started bright, we tried to press them back. It's the only way to beat a team like that, to keep them on the back. Well, if you ain't scoring in the first 10 minutes...
If you do that against us and you don't score, we'll
and you
pull
don't
to
score,
pieces.
we'll pull you to pieces.
Exactly.
At some stage, we'll get in behind you and you're done for.
See, a lot of Coventry fans are saying that they think they're going to switch it up. They're going to match us up, which is interesting to use that word, match us. I think he's going to change his midfield and go man for man, go three in the middle, because he's been playing 4-2-3-1. I reckon he goes 3, and he tries to stop Hackney playing, because Morris has been like, what's the word he used about Johnny Henry back? Johnny Howson back there, metronome. He makes it tick.
Watch tomorrow night be the night that Morris gets his
first
first
goal.
league
Yeah.
goal.
Be nice.
But they will match us up, I think. I don't think they'll come at us. I think
nice.
they'll just hold it. They'll hold us and see if they can't grow into the game, because that's the feeling Company fans are saying on their podcasts, and that might be why he's used that
Very
word.
quickly, all our thoughts, we're going to come back. Don't forget, get your predictions in for Coventry. Because start now, because when I come to social media, the social media very shortly with Phil, let's see what you think. What do you think? Do you think it's going to be the same team that'll start against Coventry? What do you think the score's going to be? And who do you think is going to get a goal tomorrow night down there, that there Coventry? Going back to that, mate, I mean, looking at our team, do you think, Cole, there'll be any, barring injuries that we don't know of, and at the minute, I mean, we've looked before we came on the show, it doesn't look like we've got any more extra injuries. Is it the same starting 11?
I agree with that. I don't think it'll be far off the same starting 11. I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure about Elberg. I don't think he tweaks for tweaking's sake. So I think one thing I think he knows is what his best starting 11 is.
I think he does.
That whereas with the other fellas, it was in and out, and different defensive partnerships and that. And I think the one I do feel sorry for at the minute is, but you can't leave him out, is Fry.
Yeah.
I think he's really lucky.
I mean, I can't believe we've got Dale Fry in the bench.
I think it's a great point here. You've just alluded to it there. We've got a manager that knows his best 11, right? Why is it taken a Swedish manager who has never managed in this country, doesn't really know any of the players of this country other than those in the Premier League? How can he come into this club and know consistently his best 11 game in, game out, tinkering only based on the opposition that we're playing, yet Edwards, Wilder,
basically the last
Carrick,
half a dozen.
did never ever know their best 11.
No.
How has Hellberg come in and just instantly gone, that's my 11, yeah. I only need to tinker based on the opposition we're playing?
Yeah. He has
I find it mind-blowing.
The only reason I ask, fellas, is when Strelic came on the home game against Norwich, I thought he looked quite sharp. You know, and Hellberg had said he's been back in training, he looks really sharp. I thought he looked sharp when he came on against Norwich. He had that little turn where he could have got away and I think he slipped. But he looked sharp to do that. I'm just thinking, you've said Coventry might change it up a little bit and go man for man and try and match us up. I look at it and think, you know, a daft 4-4-2 against them there.
Or even bringing Fry in and go solid at the
Yeah,
back.
a daft 4-4-2 with proper defenders in a midfield where your wingers maybe can get up. Maybe use Alan Brown on one of them sides with two forwards. And it could be Conway, it could be Strelic, it could be Conway.
And I would like to see
Sarmiento
get a chance up front for 90 minutes, because I think bringing him on, as he has done in games, it's not his game to be the battering ram or to be the one holding it up. He needs to be playing in and around.
Yeah. He wants the ball in front of him, doesn't he?
See, as much as people like Conway and he brings a lot of energy, I'd love to see Strelic as the fulcrum with all those players passing around him. I reckon it'll be outstanding.
Yeah.
Like a Teddy Sheringham.
Like Jamie Tartt on the
Jamie
Lasso,
Tartt
when he says, "Don't play." What is it? Don't play.
Play through me.
Play through me, not to me.
Yeah.
I haven't got a clue. Ted Lasso is to you.
Are you joking?
I've not watched Ted
I
Lasso.
don't even know who Jamie Tartt is.
Oh my word! You both need to sit down tonight and watch Ted Lasso.
Is Ted Lasso? Does he own Wrexham with them other two films?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Listen.
Ted Lasso.
Get your predictions in. Phil, let's go to the old social medias, young man. Let's see if Ted Lasso's messaged us.
Right, Ian
Jamie
Hockney says, great win at Sheffield United, lads. We went and played our game. If we go and play our game tomorrow, I'm feeling very confident. We are better in every area. Elliot Baines watching. I think he was recently on the show, was he?
No. That's not
Oh,
that
the
same
other
Elliot.
Elliot,
But
isn't
I
it?
know Elliot. I hope you're well, Elliot, babe. Well, mate.
Paul Burke says Ethan likes the new graphics. Tony
Oh.
Archer's watching. Tash is watching. Stu Gawley says, Yaff, I predicted we'll win both games. Nothing has changed. Up the Boro. Paul Burke says 3-1 tomorrow. Ethan says 2-0 Boro. Ian Hockney says Boro win 3-1. Fancy Malanda to score. Same starting 11.
This is Malanda to score.
Paul Burke's been back on there and says we've never won at the CBS Arena. That's all going to change tomorrow.
The one thing about hoodoos and things like that is they eventually change.
They've got to be broke. They're there to be broke, mate.
And finally, Simon Daines goes with a 2-0 Boro win.
So there's a lot of people there saying that the Boro won't concede tomorrow night. Which...
Rose-tinted spectacles, I'm afraid.
Is it though, mate? Or is it the fact that we know that Coventry haven't scored a lot of goals? They're struggling, really. In that game.
Oh, yeah, so typically what's going to happen tomorrow night?
Phil, what happened before?
Cheers.
And I think Frank alluded to this about 10, 15 games ago. They've never really been really good at the back. It's just that they were always scoring.
Yeah,
a bit like Boro in
That's
97.
right.
We could score 3 that end and get beat 4 this end. You know, so I think Coventry have got that in them. And for the time, they could score goals. At the minute, they're struggling. Hopefully, they'll still struggle tomorrow. But hey, look, let's do some predictions from inside here at the SN Army Social Club. Don't forget, if you're stuck, well, not if you're stuck, because you shouldn't be stuck, but I'll tell you who'll be tomorrow night. Yaff will be in the gaff, sat next door, watching that match with all you guys. The Rambler will be here as well. I don't know whether Mr. Bragg and young Janino will be here. I don't know.
The wise man might come down.
The wise man might be here. Cole, will you be out of home house by then? Or
I have no idea. I I mean, that there's Scotland tomorrow, so I don't know.
Yeah, so we might even have a full brace of Boro chat people sat next door watching the Boro. So come in, guests are welcome, bring your kids, bit of a pizza deal off the man out the back. You get a pint of pizza. Yeah, you get a pint of pizza, 12.5 quid. Come up here, watch the 2 brand new HDK, all singing, all dancing, whatever they are, screens we've had put up and monitors. But anyway, Courtney, Hussein, Scott, Michaels, Hogan, Bullock, every name under the sun. What's the score tomorrow, Courtney?
3-1 Boro.
3-1 Boro. She's a lunatic.
I'm going with a Desmond. I'm going to go 2-2.
2-2. A draw wouldn't be bad. I thought someone would have come on and said a draw wouldn't have been bad down there. Mr. Bragg?
I think we win 2-0.
2-0?
I don't think we concede. I think we control it.
Oh my God, I tell you what. And if that's, the next time we see Adam, it's probably about Christmas.
Probably about a year.
Oh, Christmas week.
Yeah.
We'll come to you, Cole. Bring a bit of sanity back to these sofas.
I think tomorrow it's important is to use it's a must not lose game. And I'd take a draw now. I think anybody would take a draw. You'd take a point, wouldn't you?
I was chatting to a lad downstairs before we came up on in the bar, and he said, actually, looking at our next 2 home games, going down there and get beat is not the end of the world.
No, it's not.
It's not the end of the world. But what I would say is, I think a point minimum is a must for us. If you're adamant about getting promoted, even winning the league, dare I say it, winning the league, you've got to get something tomorrow.
Do you think it's more of a must-win game for them than it is?
Oh, without doubt.
They
might play into our hands.
They need to get back on track, and I think Frank's alluded to it. Hey, lovely people, thank you so much for joining us on this again, another Super Sunday.
We've just got a few more predictions. Simon Dane says 2-0. Linda Ward says 2-1 twice.
Oh, so is that 4-2?
I think so.
Both halves.
2-1.
I think she means because it was 2-1 last week.
Yeah, 2-1. 2-1.
She likes a 2-1.
That's all right. 2-1. Hey,
hang on, Oscar.
Oscar, what do you think?
4-0.
Yes!
4-0 Boro. And on that bombshell.
Has he been on the shandy?
On that bombshell. Listen, thanks for tuning in on this Super Sunday yet again. Don't forget, click, touch, poke, whatever you do to get us on YouTube. Thank you very much, Rambler. Thank you very much, Courtney. Thank you very much, Adam. Cole, as always. Oscar, thank you, mate. And look, it's simply left for me to do this. Now, you're all expecting me to throw this and things like that. And Phil's holding the glasses and Cole's got his hat in his hand. But I'm telling you now, I'm going to bring a bit of sense to here because I've told you, haven't I? A draw's not bad. Getting beat tomorrow doesn't end our season. But that's all bull, because I'm telling you now, I'm with young Oscar. Coventry 0, Boro 4, Dale Fry, Malander, both back posts. See ya.